Balfe Park Lane is located on Wurundjeri Country in Melbourne's inner northern suburb of Brunswick East. The area is now home to around 15,000 residents, with young professionals making up the major demographic. Much of its appeal lies in its location, a short tram or cycle ride from the CBD, with easy access to Mary Creek Reserve, Ceres and parklands. This balance between urban lifestyle and green spaces characterises its desirability.
So why did I choose to live in this as opposed to others? Firstly, I think it was the location. I've lived in the area for a couple of years and I knew this area pretty well, and it was right near Ceres and Mary Creek and all of the amenity of Lygon Street down the road. And then secondly, the park. So it's a great way to, with our dog as a part of our backyard, and the design of the building really embraced the park. And then thirdly, the design of the apartments, dual aspect, open walkways, a big large central courtyard. So it really felt like it was going to be a home, a small home, rather than an apartment building.
As the name suggests, Balfe Park Lane has a close relationship to its location, situated between Balfe Park and Nicholson Street. The park is a focal point for the local community, and the project has created a new shortcut, a publicly accessible lane that links the park to Nicholson Street and its neighbours beyond.
I think the thing I like the most is just that eastern view in the morning when that morning sun comes into the living room and through the terrace. It's just a really nice way to wake up, and the view obviously towards the Dandenongs. And then also in the afternoon the light comes in through the kitchen as well, so you get to sense the different parts of the day, which is really nice. And even though it's a small and pretty compact apartment and quite efficient, because it's open on both sides, you've got natural cross ventilation as well. It just feels so much bigger, and you don't feel like you're crammed in as well.
The speculative project is unusual for including many aspects that are found in collective housing models. For example, an emphasis on diverse housing types, responsible sustainable performance, and community building. Completed in 2021, the award-winning building was designed by Kerstin Thompson Architects and comprises 72 homes.
All the things I think people probably dislike about living in medium and high density apartment buildings, most of those things don't really happen here because there's so much open space. There's a real generosity in the common spaces and the open corridors and the open walkways and the open stairs. Just makes you feel like you're not just a number in a big building, and so you also feel really connected with all your neighbours as well. So there's really great opportunities and different opportunities to bump into your fellow neighbours and to really create that sort of community feeling, which makes it much more personal than living in a much more dense sort of environment.
It offers a range of dwelling types, including 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, townhouses and commercial spaces. The shared amenities for residents include a communal hub, a rooftop garden with barbecues, as well as a large, open landscaped courtyard at its centre.
I always knew that this was going to have a strong sense of community, but I've just been so genuinely surprised at how quickly it's formed. We've been here for just under a year, and I think the way that they've broken the building down into smaller buildings and essentially smaller communities and clusters, it's really fostered that community.
Each apartment level is accessed off open walkways, and together the shared open spaces and walkways aim to encourage resident interactions and to cultivate a sense of community. Unusually, the project is designed as a cluster of 4 buildings, which offers every home a dual aspect and allows for cross-ventilation and ample natural daylight.
The main ways that this feels different from a typical speculative block, I think it's that real desire to give people a sense of identity. So the fact that they're all dual aspect apartments, we've all got our front door, we could pick the colour of the front door, we've got our benches, we've got our kitchen windows facing into the common areas. It really feels like a home, a small house rather than an apartment, and that's just something that you can't find, you rarely find particularly in the north and Melbourne. But I think the amenity, it's not about just the finishes that it's being marketed on. The money is being spent on things that actually matter. So the open spaces, access to natural light and views and greenery. Those are the things that make you feel better and happier, and better for your well-being. So that's, I think, what sets it apart from other similar buildings.